Week 5, college football night slate, Draftkings Pick 6. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Craig Bennett, aka CashKeg, with DailyEdgeSports.com, and I'm here to bring you a Draftkings Pick 6 college football Week 5 night slate. I got 3 plays for you. If you don't have that Draftkings Pick 6 app, make sure you download it. Use that promo code CashKeg. Play $5, get $50 and Pick 6 credits guaranteed for new Pick 6 customers. And also, you'll be eligible for a free month of our elite subscription service over at DailyEdgeSports.com. I got 3 picks for you here. We're going to dive into them. I'll talk about them. Let's get after it. All right, DraftKings Pick 6 college football night slate lobby is up here. Make sure you have this drop down and you pick the Saturday 7 p.m. night slate here. That's where we're going to talk about 3 plays. We do have a great game. There's not a lot of projections up for Georgia and Bama yet. Unfortunately, that's going to be like the game of the year so far. Really excited about that game. But we're going to talk about 3 other plays that are probably going to go under the radar. I think we can dive into. Again, appreciate DraftKings for sponsoring this video. And again, if you don't have that account, make sure you download it and use that promo code CashKeg. And if you're a new Pick 6 customer, play $5, get $50 and Pick 6 credits guaranteed. Let's dive in. I think I'm going to go first off. I'm going to go over to receiving yards, and I'm going to go down here. And I know he tilted a few of you guys when I brought him up in a different video, and he didn't play part of that second half of the Nebraska game. But Zakari Franklin, going up against Penn State, I think Penn State is overrated. I think Illinois showed how good of a football team they are last week on the road, playing in Nebraska. And I absolutely love Franklin in this spot because the projection is way too low. 38.5 receiving yards. Now, again, I know Penn State, they're better. They're a good defense. But the target share, 27% target share for him in these 3 games, 10, 8, and 6. He probably would have had 8 this game if he would have played the whole game. And 38.5 is just too low. What I can expect on the road, we've seen Luke Altmyer can handle these big games. We saw it, playing Nebraska on the road last week. So I kind of like this spot for, Franklin with the receiving yards that we get. So we're going to go more than 38.5 receiving yards for Zakari Franklin. Passing yards, might as well pair him up with his quarterback. I talked about it. Luke Altmyer on the road here, can play in these big game environments, has cleared this number in each of the 4 games he has played. This is going to be a big game. We saw him put up 215 against Nebraska on the road. I kind of feel like this is a similar spot. Now, Penn State's defense is a little bit better than Nebraska's for sure, but I do feel like, we should see, them kind of stopping the run here and making Luke beat him with his arm. And if we can do that, I mean, he's cleared this number. And if we go back even to last year, 9 of the last 10 games, he was able to clear this number at 175.5 passing yards. So 175.5 passing yards, way too low. Even in a tough environment like this, going into Penn State, I think he can get there for us. And then the other one that's kind of going to be a play that might be a little, maybe controversial. I wanted Maffa, but the 105.5 rushing yards is just a little bit too much for me in that projection. I'm going to come down here to the very bottom, and I'm going to take Will Howard for the Buckeyes. Now, I think what they're doing, now we know Will Howard from the past have no problem pulling that ball down, and he can take off at any time. We saw it when he was with Kansas State last year, and he had some big rushing games. With Ohio State and all their weapons, I just feel like they don't need to do that much, right? And one thing about college football you have to understand is sacks will get you negative rushing yards. As you can see here, he had -2 here against Marshall. But anyway, sacks will bring you negative rushing yards. Not that I say they're going to get to Will Howard, but I think they're going to continue to spread that ball around. The offense will push down the field, and they want to keep him healthy, right? You keep him healthy with all the weapons they have, they should go really far this year. And I'm going to take less than 18.5 rushing yards for Will Howard just for that. Can he break one at any time? Sure he can. But I still think they're going to not rush him that much. Rush attempts the last 3 games we've seen here. We've seen 4, 1, and 3. Now this is way different than we saw when he was at Kansas State, where we saw 9, 9, and 11 in last year in a couple of those games that he played. I think we're going to continue to see just a handful of them, and I don't think he's going to get there. I think they'll use his weapons around him, which they have a plethora of. So there are 3 plays that we're kind of looking at for this Friday night college football slate. Again, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate DraftKings for sponsoring this video. We'll keep bringing these for you. And if you are a first-time depositor over at DraftKings PICK6 app, use that promo code CashKeg, get that $5, or play $5, get $50 in PICK6 credits guaranteed if you're a new customer. And also, you'll get that free month of our Daily Edge Sports Elite, which gets you access to our DraftKings PICK6 tool to help you make these selections, because we do have college football. With that, appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel on your way out. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.